Every prepper knows that food storage is a very big deal. Hey, I'm Todd Sepulveda, the editor of Prepper Website and the host of the Prepper Website podcast. You spent a lot of time, money, and effort creating your food storage pantry. With a little bit of effort, you can make sure that nothing gets in there that will destroy your food storage so that it will be there when you need it. A couple of things that you are looking out for. You are looking out for rust, you are looking out for dented cans, you are looking for rodents who have gotten into your food storage and have gone in there and messed it up. Now, if you take time every so often, like every month, maybe at the beginning, you set a time at the beginning of the month, maybe the 15th of the month, or maybe the end of the month, and you do a quick food storage, you can make sure that things stay where they need to stay and your food storage is in good shape. So a couple of things. We want to make sure that there's no rust on our cans or that they're not dented. And really this starts at the grocery store when you are buying your cans. You want to make sure that you are checking your cans very well, that there's no rust and there's no dents there. You don't want to start out that way from the grocery store. And yes, I have found some cans at the grocery store that had rust. And more than likely, they were probably cans that were at the bottom of a pallet. They got wet and they weren't in a place where the sun could get to them. They couldn't dry out and they developed some rust. When you have stuff like that going on your cans, that weakens the can and it's a point of failure. So start at the grocery store. You don't want to have rust or dented cans at the grocery store to bring them home. Now, for whatever reason, if a can falls out of your sack when you are going home, you're bringing your groceries into your home and it dents, that's fine. Go ahead and use that right away. I wouldn't put that into your food storage. Go ahead and use it right away and you'll be okay. But you don't want to leave dented cans in your pantry for very, very long. The other thing that you don't want to do is you don't want to leave food out where rodents can get to it. So sometimes we store spaghetti or rice or beans or those types of things that are, will last a long time in an emergency situation. But rodents can get to it if you just leave it in the plastic or the packages that come from the grocery store. So you want to make sure that you are doing a check and make sure that rodents aren't getting in there. They can destroy your food storage very, very quickly. You want to make sure that there's no leaks anywhere. You want to make sure that there's no water coming in. You just want to make sure that things are good. Another thing about cans is you want to make sure those pop-off cans, they're very convenient, but the fact that you can pop them off with a ring means that whole top is just a very big point of failure. So you really want to look at those very closely. Sometimes dropping on the floor can pop them open. Sometimes they can develop a leak, and if you see any kind of bubbles coming out from any cans, throw those away right away. You don't want to mess with those. So pop-off cans are really the pull lids are really easy to use, really convenient, but there's extra points of failure there that you want to make sure that you are aware of. The other thing, and here this is a pro tip. Now, a lot of the times we look at best by dates and expiration dates. Now, if you will take a Sharpie marker and you will write the expiration date, or you will write the date that you bring home your cans or your food from the grocery store, just write them where you can see them very easily. You will save yourself a lot of time and effort looking for best by dates or best use dates and expiration dates. A lot of the times those things are so small, you spend so much time looking for those. Now, this is the deal. Most grocery stores, if they are following the rules and regulations, can't leave things on their shelves that are expired. Now, maybe if you're shopping at some little hole in the wall that they don't care about the rules, maybe you need to be a little bit more concerned. But if you're going to a regular grocery store, to a grocery store chain, they have to follow the rules. Not only that, because of our just-in-time system, a lot of the stuff that's on the shelves it's being turned over regularly. And so it's very rare that they would have something that's expired or best by date that is there. So instead of bringing it home and fooling around with trying to find that date, just write the date that you brought it home and just know that you need to use that in a timely manner. And if you're using the first in, first out rotation method, you're not going to have any issue, because when you're doing your checks, you're going to be looking at those dates that are coming soon, and you will be using that food so that it doesn't go to waste. We want to make sure that we're being good stewards of our money and the things that we purchase at home. Now, let's talk a little bit about best use dates and expiration dates. Those dates, best used by dates, are dates that the food manufacturer has set that they will say that that food is fresh, right? So, if they give you a date on January 7th, 2020, on January 8th, 2020, that food's not going to go bad. They're just guaranteeing the freshness of that food until January 7th, 2020. All right. So there is not some little mechanism in cans. There is not some little elves that go in there and all of a sudden turn the food bad. If you go over the best use date, a little bit, you're going to be fine. And in fact, cans can go a lot longer than their best used by date. And expiration dates, really, there's not really an expiration date there. Although we have been trained to look at those dates and throw them away. Again, if you bring them home, you use a Sharpie, you're not going to run into that situation. You'll be good to go. All right. So that is your food storage check 5-minute prep. Thanks so much for checking us out. Hey everyone, if you are looking for more preparedness information, make sure you head on over to prepperwebsite.com, where we link to 8 to 12 articles every single day of the very best preparedness information out there. If you're also a podcast listener, make sure you check out theprepperwebsitepodcast.com. We have a new episode every single week. And if you are wanting even more, make sure you sign up for the mailing list, where I will share with you 25 preparedness articles that you should read. Some of these are not even on the internet any longer. Thanks so much. God bless. Peace.